Okay, the most basic pattern is just going to be a couple of holes in a row. Now my board, I could only fit 3, but you could even do 4 if your board's a little, a little bit wider, and it would hold even better. So here's the reason that I put the dots on the magnets. I found that they're easier to work with if you know what direction they're facing. Because if I'll hold this loosely and you'll see what happens. When it gets close, it wants to spin and like attract to the other one. But if I put it in upside down, it'll actually suck down right into the hole, and they're pulling each other, holding themselves in. All right. Then this one right here, I'll do the same thing. I'll put it in upside down as well. And now they hold in really nice. And I could do the opposite where the dots are facing out and this one's facing down. Doesn't matter, just as long as for some reason it seems like they are a lot more trouble when you're trying to do them all the same direction. They'll want to pop out and do all kinds of stuff. So put them in like that and they suck down. All right, so this is just 3 holes for my 3/4 inch magnets. And remember, we doubled them, so that's actually 6 magnets. You can see here how it's causing issues, but they'll be glued down once you put them down. I'm just laying them in there to show you how they hold for now. So, okay, there we go. All right, so I got them in there, and I will flip it around. Let's see, probably should hold it with this hand. And I will start with my littlest knife. All right, it holds just fine. You can flip it upside down. It's plenty strong for something about that size. Same thing with my red knife. It's the same thing, just serrated. All right. My green knife here is a little bigger, but it's still pretty lightweight. It holds. I'll probably go ahead and just use 3 magnets for it as well. One this big. See how it's longer. If your board was wider, 4 magnets would hold it better as well. Okay, now this one, even though it's smaller, it's heavier, and it still holds. You can see you can slide it, but it's not going to come off. So I think 3 magnets, 3/4 magnets would be fine for it as well. Okay, now when we get to the bigger one, this yellow one, you can see it's not strong enough. So you got to upgrade. So that's why I decided to test a bunch of different patterns. So next thing I'll do is I'll show you 3 1-inch magnets, see how well it holds. All right, so I did the same thing with these. I put one where it faces out, and then I flip the other 2 around, and they stay in nice. They're not trying to hop around or anything like that. So I'll show you again. These are plenty strong, very, very, very strong compared to the 3/4 inch. But it's a lot more expensive, like I said. So if you're going to use the 1-inch, you might want to, just use it on your bigger knives. And I'll show you that it's still not quite enough, but you can see it's holding better. It's dropping slower, but it's not quite enough for this big knife. So we got to go to more, more magnets. So like we'll double them up, or we got a couple other patterns. But it'd be fine for this, but really, if you have just small knives like this that aren't that heavy, I think the 1-inch magnets are a little bit overkill. You could get away with just the 3/4. It's a lot cheaper that way as well. Okay, so next I will show you what 6 in a row does. All right, so here is my 3/4 inch magnets. And like I said, again, they're doubled, but it's 6 of them, so there's 12 magnets here. And I do the same thing. I reversed them. And then since there's 2 rows, you reverse the second row as well. They seem to hold in nice. They're not trying to hop around. Okay, now it's definitely overkill for all the small knives. Holds nice. But here's the thing, is that you can actually get away with it on the big knife. Now it actually holds. It's not incredibly strong, but it's enough. I think you can get by. Of course, if you have really heavy duty knives, it may not be enough. But for my knife, it actually is enough. Okay, it'll hold down, and I guess, yeah, actually it'll hold that way too. I thought it might fall. Now, it seems to be pretty strong. I don't think it would matter if I flipped. Now when I was testing this, every once in a while it would slip on me, so I felt like it may not have been strong enough, but it's holding really well today, so you could get by with just 6 of these. Now again, like I said, if your board's a little wider, you could do 4 on each side, so you could get away with 8, and I think that would be plenty strong enough. And you would not have to buy the 1-inch screws, or the 1-inch magnets at all. You could get away with the 3/4. So now I'll show you what 6 1-inch magnets does. That is totally strong enough. It's like overkill in a way, but I'll show you anyway. Okay, so here is the 6 1-inch nail, or I keep saying nails with magnets, 6 1-inch magnets. Of course, it's going to hold all these really well, and it definitely, I mean, that is a very strong hold on the big knife. So if you have a really heavy duty knife, really heavy, this would be the way to go. And the only problem is that this is 2 full packs. So that's $5 worth of magnets just to hold 1 knife. So it's a little bit overkill. So like I said, you could probably get away with the 3/4 inch magnets, if you just added another row, I think that'd be plenty strong. So what I'll show you next is this board right here, which is 4 1-inch, and I think it will actually work as well. All right, so here is the 4 1-inch magnets. Of course, they're doubled, so it's actually 8. You can see the pattern I used here where these two are facing up and these two face down. It just seemed to work the best. And as usual, it's way overkill for something like this, but for the big knife, it holds mine plenty fine. I mean, it slides a little bit. I would say it's just as strong as my 6 3/4 inch that I tried earlier, but that's plenty as well. So this would be a little more affordable way to use the 1-inch magnets if you wanted to. All right, but I still think that 4 3/4 or even the 6 is enough for a knife about as heavy as this, but I'm sure some knives are way better quality and heavier, so you're going heavy duty. That holds as well. I'll show you one more that I was just messing around with. Let me see if I can find it here. This pattern right here, it's 2 1-inch and then 4 3/4. We'll see how it compares to this. Okay, and here is that last pattern. It's 2 1-inchers in the middle, and then I got 4 3/4 magnets on the outside. And of course, everything's doubled again. And it holds pretty well too. Nice and strong. It'll hold this way. If you shake, it will slide a little bit, but that's a decently heavy knife, and it's holding pretty well too. So I would say it's a little bit stronger than just 6 3/4, and it's about as strong as 4 of the 1-inchers. And I think that if you did 4 of the 3/4, it'd be about as strong as this as well, which I think most knives that would hold fine. I mean, if you have a really heavy knife, then maybe you do want to go heavier, you know, more magnets, but I think that would actually hold pretty well. So it is more expensive than going this route. I think 3/4 inch magnets, just add maybe another row if your board's wide enough to do it, is enough. I still think I could get away with this, but that's on my knife, which is heavier than all my others, but not like super heavy. But I think that'd be fine as well. And then it really just kind of depends on how heavy your knives are and what kind of magnets you want to buy or what kind of budget you have or whatever. So I still think you could make all the 3/4 work, and it's a lot cheaper than going with the 1-inches.